Welcome to 9 to 5 on the Side, the podcast for visionaries who work full-time but carry full-time dreams. I'm your host, Takenya Janae, award-winning entrepreneur, creative strategist, art therapist, believer, and someone who knows what it feels like to have a calling that won't let you sleep. Like and subscribe to all of our channels at thoughtful_endeavors. There is a kind of leadership that cannot be learned. It cannot be rehearsed. It cannot be faked. It's innate. You recognize this kind of leadership by how it shows up, how steady it is, and how safe it feels to be under. It carries weight because it's lived and not performed. It shows up consistently and holds people with care, love, and responsibility. Today we're talking about leadership that can't be faked. Like and subscribe to all of our channels at thoughtful_endeavors. In 9 to 5 on the Side, the book 9 to 5 on the Side, there's a chapter on mastery. It's actually one of the concepts that I hold most closely because mastery speaks to the inner work leadership requires, especially for those that are building something daily alongside their responsibilities. Mastery is the practice of leading yourself with intention. It is discipline in honoring commitments, regulating your emotions, and staying present. For entrepreneurs, mastery creates the stability needed to build trust with others over time. And so leadership rooted in mastery supports connection. It allows you to lead without pressure or performance, and it invites collaboration rather than control. Presence matters in leadership. Consistency and integrity matter in leadership. So when leadership is grounded in mastery, people feel safe engaging with you. They feel confident in your direction. They're more willing to invest time, energy, and trust. Like and subscribe to all of our channels at thoughtful_endeavors. Leadership that can't be faked is especially important when you're building something gradually. Strong relationships are rarely formed in a single moment. It's developed. Those kind of relationships are developed through repeated experiences of dependability. So if you're building something on the side, hoping to grow it into something lasting, this kind of leadership will serve you well. It creates connections that endure beyond transactions. Like and subscribe to all of our channels at thoughtful_endeavors. People pay attention to how you show up. They notice whether your words hold weight, and they can sense whether your presence feels grounded or not. Leadership that can't be faked is built over time. It's developed through daily decisions, presence, and integrity. And it's recognized through trust. For entrepreneurs, this kind of leadership matters so much. Whether you're building a business, a partnership, a community, strong connections are formed through consistency, not just image or speed. Consistency, reliability, and character. Like and subscribe to all of our channels at thoughtful_endeavors. Now, take a moment and pause. Reflect. Consider yourself. Am I leading myself with consistency? Am I building trust through my actions? Am I cultivating the kind of leadership others can rely on? Leadership that can't be faked is cultivated through the mastery of self. And again, that kind of leadership builds strong connections. Like and subscribe to all of our channels at thoughtful_endeavors. I've had the privilege of sitting under and being mentored by some truly exceptional leaders across all kinds of spaces. In the traditional 9 to 5 space, I've had some exceptional leaders. And my spiritual covering, my current spiritual covering, are exceptional leaders. And my parental structure has consistently been an exceptional example of leadership. And conversely, I have experienced the opposite in all those areas, unfortunately. But when you've had the opportunity to experience high quality leadership, it becomes difficult to accept anything less. Not out of arrogance, but out of awareness. It sharpens your discernment and it encourages you to lead, to operate in leadership in a similar way. Interestingly, witnessing poor leadership can be formative as well. For me, it didn't create passivity. It pushed me in the opposite direction. I wanted to be a better leader than what I had seen in some forms of leadership. It also made me an advocate for those who didn't have the courage or the language to speak up for themselves. And one of the most impactful pieces of advice I've ever seen from one of my most prominent leaders is this. They said, make sure that every place and space you enter is changed for the better because you've been there.
I think I'll sing it again.
Make sure that every place and space is changed for the better because you have been there. Like and subscribe to all of our channels at thoughtful_endeavors. What a powerful statement. And what makes it even more powerful is what my mother told me and my brother when we were very young. That message has shaped how I move throughout this world daily, how I interact with people, how I enter spaces, personally and professionally. And I want to leave you with that same guidance. Lead in a way that leaves a true impression on the hearts and the minds of those you serve or encounter, not because of your title or your visibility or your presence, because you have the heart, you've done the work, and you're equipped to do so. So I'm going to leave you with the same quote that my mother gave me. Make sure that every place and space that you enter is changed for the better because you have been there. And lead well. Like and subscribe to all of our channels at thoughtful_endeavors. Thank you for listening to 9 to 5 on the side. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who's building their dream right alongside their responsibilities. Don't forget to grab a copy of the book, the workbook, or the audiobook and join me for one of our live trainings where we turn ideas into action. Connect with me on Instagram at Thoughtful Endeavors and on LinkedIn under Takenya Janae for daily strategies, encouragement, and purpose-driven insight. Until next time, stay grounded, stay encouraged, stay faithful to the work you're called to build, and most importantly, do it for you. Like and subscribe to all of our channels at thoughtful_endeavors.